Bart Miller here with Cycling Strong. Glad you're checking things out. I'm here with Sam Krieg, the trainer that I got from Hunter Allen. Absolutely amazing. He's a monster on the hill. So today, I called him up, told him I was coming through Pocatello, and he says, Bart, why don't you stop by and just ride with me for a few minutes? And I'm like, oh shit, I know he's going to kill me. So I take all the stuff I can to get myself ready. You know, I take all the juice, the vitamins, everything, because I know, you're coming to meet your trainer for the first time here, really pedal. Didn't want to look bad, obviously, so I took everything. I get here, I'm ready for it. I'm all got the right gear on, get ready to start pedaling. Going around the first couple times, I'm thinking, God, Sam, this isn't so bad, you're taking it easy on me. This is great. Thinking, I can do this thing. 20 minutes in, I'm like, Sam, dude, let's slow down a little bit. We're getting to the top of the hill. I'm talking a little more, putting the brakes on, going down the hill. You know how that is. I mean, if you ride, you don't want to show you're a wuss like I am. So then I turn around and we keep riding, but Sam does not let me get away with that, obviously, like all good trainers. So I wanted to introduce him because if you're not being trained with power or you've never looked into a trainer, you know what? Sam is your guy. The reason that I picked him as a trainer was I've never found anybody that is more enthusiastic about cycling than Sam is. And I mean that honestly. And you'll find that as you follow him. Look at his posts that you'll see out there. Sam's on the internet, not as much as I'd like to see him on the internet, let's be clear, but he's out there. He's got things out there. He's got a lot of stuff out there. And if you don't have one of these saddlebags, you're not part of the club. I'm telling you right now, you're not part of the club. So you better go buy one just to be part of the club, period. Don't hesitate, just go do it. So anyway, I wanted to introduce him. So I'm going to put Sam on camera right now. We're going to say hi to him, let him introduce himself really quick. Now, he's obviously not going to brag about himself and all that, but he is the stuff. It's the real deal. The power numbers that he puts out, they're the real thing. So I really appreciate him training me at this point. So here he is.
Oh, sweet. Hey, how are we doing? So where are we going with this?
So this is Sam. Sam, say hi.
Hey.
What did we do today, and kind of give them the workout that we did today and why you like this workout and how it would help them if they did the same type of thing. Just a quick tip from you.
Cool.
And give him back to the world. Here you go.
Good. Sorry, I was looking at my picture. I actually have quite a bit of helmet head. Sorry, we actually really did just get done riding. So Bart came in town, and we had this idea. One of my favorite workouts is I call it the hour of power. To be kind of uninterpreted, is basically an hour where you go really, really hard and then you go really, really easy. And the whole concept is like it kind of mimics a race. It mimics a hard criterium, it mimics a hard road race. But I think you can also take this hour and you can kind of think about it in a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 hour perspective. And so because you're going hard, you're going easy, you're going hard, you're going easy, you start to respect the power that you're putting out. So for example, when we were first going up the hill, I could tell Bart was all talking, he was feeling great. I mean, pretty much you could see Tour de France dreams in his head, where he's looking down seeing 270 watts. This is no big deal. Every effort we started going a little bit harder, and then you could start to see there's a little bit of a breaking point. He started shifting around in his saddle, started looking for some power when he didn't have power, and that's what I wanted. What I wanted him to realize is I go through those exact same things when I'm doing the hour power. Is by doing 2 minutes on and 2 minutes off. At 30 minutes, we feel the same. I mean, maybe a little bit different today because, I was going at Bart's pace, but when I'm out here on my own, it's exactly how I feel. And so that's kind of why we did what we did today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks for that tip. Now, I also want you to do a simple introduction.
Okay.
Because I know that you don't like to brag about yourself, but I want you to do a little bit on training, and then step number 2, I want you to introduce your company so that everybody out there can be part of the club. Because we don't want them to be left out of our club, man. So let's hook them up.
Alright, well, just about myself, as far as my cycling, I'm a Cat 1 road biker. I don't really brag about the Cat 1 part because I don't think that's that big of a deal. There's a lot of Cat 1s out there. But I'm a bike racer that I think the part I'd like to brag about is I love bike racing. I love training with power. I've been using a power meter from almost the first time I started riding a bike. I was a friend with an engineer, and I was going to go out and buy these new fancy wheels, and I was like, man, these things are going to make me so much faster. And this engineer was like, dude, just go buy a power tab so you can understand actually how to get better. And I'm like, no, these wheels are $700, they'll make me faster. And I ended up buying the power tap and listening to him because he was a good Cat 3 and I was a Cat 5, and so it kind of made sense. And then ever since, for 7 years, power is what's probably kept me in cycling because I've seen my progression. I think the coolest thing about training with power is when I was a Cat 5, I may have been winning races, but my power was only 200 watts, 250 watts. And then as I moved through the categories, I might have been losing races, but I was putting out 275 watts, or I was putting out 300 watts. And I still remember this one particular race where I climbed the climb at 350 watts for 12 minutes. It's like the best power number. I mean, I still look at the file and I'm pretty impressed. And I think I got 18th place. Well, I could have gone home and been really depressed. Like, oh my god, I got 18th place, but but I look at the power phone, I'm like, but I went harder than I've ever gone. At that point in my life, I'm 30 years old. I'm like, so I've been on the planet for 30 years. I just went harder for 15 minutes than I've ever gone. How can I not be happy? And so that's kind of, that's a little bit about me and about my racing. So I don't think really category matters. I think the thing is, what I guess I'm most proud of is I've been cycling for almost 10 years and racing, 50, 100 races a year, and I still love it, and I still like doing it. And I've seen a lot of racers come and go. They're so caught up in they need their goal this year, this week, this month, and if they don't get it, then it's over, and then they have kids, or they let life get in the way, and they quit, and they walk away. And I still love bike racing, and I don't love it all the time. I think that's the other misconception. It's like, there's parts of the year I don't want to ride my bike. I hate my bike. I don't want to get on my bike. And that's kind of one of the cool, I guess the thing I'm the proudest most is I'm still racing my bike. I know a lot of people who don't race their bike. They've either moved on to golf or maybe taking care of their yard or doing something else. And I still love racing my bike, and I still race 50 to 100 times a year. I don't win that often. Some years I win more than other times, but it's not really about the winning. It's a little bit more about going out there, racing as hard as I can. I like racing smart. That's probably I have races I've lost, but I raced really, really smart. And then I have races I've won, and I've raced really smart. And I'm really proud of the races, I think, where I beat people that were better than me. I've been at races where I've been the strongest and I've not won, and I've been at races where I've been the strongest and I won. My favorite races are the ones where I know I wasn't the best. I was probably the 5th, 6th, 7th strongest guy there. And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my God, these guys are so much better than me. And then somehow I figured out how to win. I saw a door open, I took an opportunity, and it happened. So, yeah, that's kind of it. And the company, I own a small cycling bag company. We make seat bags for bikes and also for rock climbing. You can check it out. It's kriegcycling.com or kriegclimbing.com. There's a ton of information out there on it, but no big deal. Like I said, we make awesome seat bag. It won't chafe your shorts, so you're wearing your $150 bibs, you're not going to ruin it, stuff like that. So.
Don't let Sam kid you. That is an awesome big deal. If you want to be part of the club, you go buy a bag. So go get a bag. We want to see him at the races. Be part of the club. So our favorite dude is right down here. We're going to introduce him real quick. Hey, right there. Look at that. So travels and has a great time. So check out the blog. If you're not cycling strong, you want to cycle stronger, get out there, read some more tips, have some fun, and we'll chat at you later. See ya.